We just did the Majestic Catalinas video recently, showing this area here north of Tucson, where it appears that the wind came from the southeast going towards the northwest, creating these ridges of granite with gneiss underneath, which is much different than the standard explanation for this formation, because this used to be a volcano according to standard geologists, and the granite that you see here never made it to the surface. But above this was a volcano with a caldera, and there was welded tuff, rhyolitic tuff formations above here. And then the top of it decided that it didn't want to be there any longer. So it slid 20 miles to the southwest, down here, the Tucson Mountains. The rhyolitic tuff, welded tuff that used to be up here, is now over here. It came all the way across, and then I guess this valley pulled apart. I left a link under the Catalina video that I'm going to leave under this video also, explaining how geologists think this happened. You'll be able to read it. There's also a sign down here that explains how this happened. I will leave a link to that, to an image that I took of that sign. So you'll be able to see the standard geologic model that's taught in universities. And this is fairly, I think everybody has the same story. And these are the mountains of the Tucson Mountains. There is what I see as a water ski ramp or windward to the northeast and cliffs to the southwest, just like every other type of mountain, granite, metamorphic, sedimentary. They all seem to have a cliff and a water ski ramp. I used to live right down here. I've lived everywhere. A place called Las Lomas in the early 70s. We come up here to Gates Pass. It was just beautiful, breathtaking. I always was curious, how the hell did this thing happen? And you could just see these cliffs on the southwest side with these fairly smooth regions to the northeast. So the first pictures we're going to look at are from down here. There's a trailhead parking lot. The first ones I'll be looking to the north at these, and then I'll be looking to the east, a little bit southeast. And then the third one, there's a parking lot right here at Gates Pass where I'm going to be looking down this way, down towards the southeast. So first we're going to look at this. This is looking north from the parking area. These are the rhyolitic tuff cliffs that I see as leeward, of course. And they're not broken. They're a nice one continuous piece there and here. It's not like they're all crunched up as if they took a 20-mile Wild West ride. They look nice and neat, unbroken, which seems a little tough to accept. Now we're going to look more towards the east. This is looking eastward at these nice cliffs that aren't particularly jumbled and broken. They're nice solid pieces that stretch all the way across. This would be the cliff side. Now we're going to look at it from the left, looking across this way, looking at the side of it, so it'll give you a slightly different perspective. So the image we looked at just a moment ago was from down here looking back this way at these cliffs. Now we're looking across and you can see what I consider the water ski ramp and cliff. Water ski ramp, cliff. Water ski ramp, cliff. All the way down. This is nice and smooth on the back side. All of these share the same shape. This is the same shape you see with granitic mountains, with metamorphic mountains, with conglomerate mountains, rhyolitic mountains. They all have this windward-leeward pattern that a geologist would tell you is folded in most cases. This, I'm not sure if there's folding invoked or not, but it seems silly. I'm going to show you now the sign that's at Gates Pass that shows you how this happened. I'll have a link for this photograph that you can enlarge a lot. The link will be at the bottom of this video, so you can go in and look at this and read it. You can read about how it's all welded tuff that came from 20 miles to the east. That tells you all about it right here. I mean, this is what it used to look like. This was the Catalina Mountains, and this was the tuff that was on top. You had this giant explosion, and then lo and behold, here's the mountains, and this slid right across over here, leaving this basin in between. I'll also give you I'll repeat the link that shows you the standard explanation for the Catalinas and for this. I would love someone to defend this position, preferably a PhD geologist. I wouldn't want to do it, but if anybody's up for it, I'd like to hear this defended. And I'm an idiot, so you don't have much to worry about. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? But yeah, I don't think this makes any sense what's being proposed. And the catastrophic model is so simple. It really is. There's dust in the air and it's hot sometimes, and you get layers of rock and layers of conglomerate, just like you see in the field, just like you'd expect if the eyewitnesses were trying to share with us what they experienced to the best of their ability with the vocabulary they had. A river of fire is a river of fire. It's not plasma. They wouldn't be able to call it plasma. The word didn't happen until the 1930s. So yes, links below. I'd love to hear someone defend this. Thank you very much.